Alrighty kids, settle down. Let's quiet down a little bit. We're gonna start our math lesson. But actually, before we get started, I actually want to ask you guys some like warm-up questions. So first question I want to ask you guys, what is your definition of a fraction? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to think about that. Yeah, okay?
It's a part that, and then when the parts come together, they're like a sum of a whole.
Okay, parts that are a sum of a whole, okay. Karla?
All I know is that you can like simplify them.
Yeah, you can simplify
like
fractions,
smaller.
Yeah, like smaller numbers, but it's like the same fraction. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, like the fraction itself doesn't change, but like, you know, the numbers of the fraction change. You know, it's like, example would be like 2/6. You could simplify that to what?
1/3.
1/3, yes. All right. So, I want to start off with another warm-up. Karla, what is this fraction?
5/9.
All right, is there another way of saying it?
5/9.
5/9, yeah. So yeah, so which one of these two numbers is the numerator?
5, the top.
5, yes, the top. This is, for just the n, a numerator. And the bottom one is the what, Kellyn?
Denominator.
The denominator, yes, the d. Yes, because remember, top is n, bottom is d, numerator and denominator. Okay, so you guys, you know, I just wanted to warm you guys up with that. You guys already know that, you guys are familiar with that, that's really good. All right. Next up, what I want you guys to do is actually pull out worksheet number 1 on your desk right there. I'm gonna pull up my whiteboard. It's actually the same thing. My whiteboard is actually the same thing as on worksheet number 1. And so yeah, I just want to give you guys a couple of seconds to just talk to each other. Just like anything you notice, do whatever you want with the piece of paper. You could write on it, draw on it. Yeah.
Some of them are the same. And they're like matching.
This is 1/3. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
these
4,
are the
5, 6.
same.
These are the same. Because this is 2,
And then
6.
these are also the same. Because these we're missing 1, 2, and 3. And then if you do the half, we get 1, 2, and 3 to fill in. So that would be the same as this. And then these are also the same.
All right, guys, time is up. Karla, you want to share with me what you guys noticed?
We noticed that a lot of them can be simplified. So like this is 3/12. It can be simplified to 1/6.
To 1/6 or
1/4.
1/4. Yeah, they're 1/4.
And it matches with 3. With
Oh, okay.
1/4 right here.
And Kellyn, did you notice anything? Anything different?
It would be kind of similar to what Karla said, but we just matched up the charts that were also the same when simplified.
All right. Kellyn, I want to ask you, what is the fraction for circle number 3?
1/4.
1/4. Okay. And Karla, what is the fraction for circle number 4?
3/12.
3/12,
But it
and
can
that
be
was the one.
simplified to 1/4.
Yeah, that can be simplified to 1/4. Perfect, perfect. All right, so you guys clearly remember your fractions. That's great. I'll have to keep warming you guys up on that. So next what I want you guys to do is actually move worksheet number 1 to the side. We'll come back to it a little bit later. And what we're actually gonna do is, if you guys can yes, we're gonna be moving on to the next ones. If you can please get in a red, just red for right now. Just leave blue and green to the side. So what you guys are gonna do is so first thing you guys are gonna do is just, you're gonna have a piece of paper and then just fold it into halves how many ever times you want. So like, and by halves, make sure the ends touch each other. Don't fold it like this or kind of like midway there. You know, it's gonna mess it up. So make sure you just do halves and do as many times as you want. And yeah, once you guys are done, I'll give you guys more instruction on what to do with it. So I'm guessing you guys are done, since you guys are talking. So next what I want you guys to do is actually get the ruler. And since this is our red, I want you guys to use a red marker. And with the ruler, you guys are gonna outline the fold creases that we made, okay? Then what I want you guys to do next is using the red colored pencil, because we're gonna stick with red for right now. I want you guys to color in as many boxes as you want. You could color in 1, 2, 3, or even 10 boxes if you can. We're trying to make sure it's less than a half, just to like just to help with the lesson, okay guys? So just color in as many boxes as you want. You guys are done? Alright, perfect. So Karla, I want you to share with me what, how many boxes do you color in out of the total boxes you have?
I colored 2 out of the 8.
Colored 2 out of the 8, and what about you, Kellyn?
8 out of 32.
8 out of 32 boxes. All right, perfect. So what I want you guys to do now is just repeat these exact same steps for blue and green, and make sure, remember, you're using the blue marker and the blue colored pencil with the blue, and then green with green. Okay?
Okay.
So we're just gonna redo all these steps, and we're gonna be working with all these after that. Okay? All right, Karla, you're done. So Karla, can you share with me what you got for your blue fraction?
I got 8/16.
8/16. All right. Kellyn, what did you get for your blue one?
1/4.
1/4. All right, perfect. Karla, what did you get for your green fraction?
2/4.
2/4. And Kellyn?
2/8.
2/8. Perfect, perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do now is, if you guys can please put green to the side for right now, and we're gonna be focusing on red and blue. So what I want you guys to do is, together as partners, you guys are gonna be adding together the number of colored boxes you have for your red one together, and then after you're doing that for your blue one. Just like, see if there's any way you can use just these two papers to try to add the total number of boxes.
It's like that. So 4 of mine,
Or 2.
4 of mine is 1 of yours. So
How much
1,
do you
2 fourths.
So, like this.
Yeah. So it'd be
A half.
1, 2, 3. So
You
or
got it.
16/32.
Okay.
50.
All right, so Karla, yours was 2/8, right?
Yeah.
And then Kellyn, yours was 8/32, right?
Mm-hmm.
8/32. All right, so what'd you get for your total number?
1/2.
1/2. All right, now I want you guys to do the same thing for the blue ones.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 4, 3/4.
3/4.
We finished.
You guys finished? Okay, so Karla, what was your fraction again?
8/16.
8/16. All right, and yours was 1/4, right?
Okay.
All right, so when you guys added them together, what'd you get for your new total?
3/4.
3/4. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. All right, so what did you guys do to try to figure out the blue one? What did you guys do?
So we just kind of laid them over each other,
Mhm.
and then saw that the boxes were the same. So 4 of Karla's boxes were the same as 1 of mine. So then we just added up 4 for each of them, and then we saw that there was 2 4s, and then we added a 2 to my 1, and then that was 3.
Oh, okay, so I see you guys, you guys just compared it together and noticed that, one of mine is 4 of hers, and then came out to, total she had 2, basically in a way she had 2 of mine, 2 of your boxes, and then you add together and got 3 of your boxes. That's perfect, that's one great way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, since your boxes are actually bigger than hers, is you could have kept folding yours. So if you don't mind, if I can see yours. So since yours you only folded it twice, and I'm guessing Karla folded hers 4 times, is what we could do is folded it 1 more time, and then another, and then you will see now that actually, now with the new creases, you guys have the same size boxes, and that way you can see, oh shoot, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of Karla's boxes, and then you could add it. So right there, and right there you would have gotten 12 over 16, which then simplified would have been 3/4, just like how you guys already simplified, which is great. You guys are already ahead of the curve. All right, so that's perfect. Now on here I have it. I'm gonna rewrite it so I could show you guys step by step. So I'll use the red one. So for Karla's, hers was 2 over 8, and then yours was 8 over 32. When we add these two straight, we get 10 over 40, which simplifies to 1/4. That's what we got, right?
No.
Yes, it's right. It's wrong. But why is it wrong? What did I do wrong here?
Because you added the denominators
Mm-hmm.
instead of finding a common one.
Yes, finding a common denominator. That is something that we have to do. And basically what we did right now with what you guys did is like, you know, comparing the sizes of your boxes, and then what I showed you then of like folding. That is a visual way of seeing what is finding a common denominator. Because then there, first your denominator here was 4, and then Karla's denominator was 16. And what I did right here by folding, or what you did also by comparing hers, is you simplified her fraction of I'll use my blue right now. You simplified her fraction of 8 over 16 into fourths, and then that became 2 over 4. 2 over 4, which then you added to yours, which then that's what you got, 3 over 4. So that's why I wanted to show you guys visually how it looked, because you know, if you guys are just like adding it just like straight away, it's like, wait, that's not how you're supposed to add. You know, that's like it's a wrong way of doing math. Because then one example is this. I'm gonna show you guys. So let's do 1/2 plus 1/4. If you were to add it straight, it would be 2 over 8. So if we were to get this, let's do like 3 different graphs. So technically this 1/2 is this, 1/4 is this, 2/8 is this. Do these 2 graphs add up to this? No. Yeah, because then if you were to add these 2 together, it would actually be, this would be the total, which would be actually 6 over 8. But then what we were doing right here right now is like what you said, Kellyn, finding that common denominator, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So alright, so next what we want to do, now that you guys got to see it visually and you guys got to see it actually mathematically, is we're going to be moving on to now doing it on your own. So what I want you guys to do is now we're going to be using the green. So what I want you guys to do is choose any of the one you want to use. If you want to use your red or your blue fraction, and you're going to be adding that to your green fraction, and use whichever method you want. Which, if it's a method you just use, whether it's folding, comparing, or cutting, or whatever it is, you know. Try to figure out any way you want to do it, and then once we are done, I'll have you guys share to me.
Yeah.
Alright, so Kellyn, you want to explain to me what you did?
I saw that my green was the same as the blue, like 2 of them was the same as 1. So I just added 2 more, and then it equaled one of the blue boxes.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh, okay. Karla, what did you do?
So I know that 2 of these boxes are one of these. So then I just like kind of split it in half with my crayon or my color pencil, and then I just put like these 2, so it looks like these 2 transferred here. So now I have 3/4.
Okay, so I see what you did. What you did is kind of like, again, like kind of like in a way we did before, is like comparing the 2 different fractions, the 2 different sizes of boxes. And yeah, that's actually really smart of you to like notice that, oh, like one of these boxes equals 2 of these other boxes. So you just split it in half, colored in 2, and saw, and then you added to it. That's actually really amazing. That's really perfect. All right, so this is great. You guys have a really good understanding of how to add fractions and what it means to like find a common denominator, and like why you can't just like add fractions straight left to right, because then you end up with the wrong fraction. So what I want you guys to do now is you guys can just move the papers to the side, and then pull out the worksheet number 1 that we had in the beginning, because we're going to be looking at that again. Alrighty, Karla, what I want you to do is now using everything that we've learned today of like finding common denominators and looking at fractions visually, I want you to add together circle number 3 and circle number 5, and you, Kellyn, I want you to add circle number 2 to circle number 4.
3 and 5.
Yes,
2
3
and
and
4?
5, Karla. 2 and 4, yes, perfect.
I'm done.
You're done, Karla? Okay, so first, Kellyn, I want you to come up here, stand up and come up here, and I want you to explain what you did to add 2 and 4. I'm gonna have you move over here because you are left-handed. So yeah, explain to me and Karla what you did to add circles number 2 and 4.
So for 2 and 4, what I did was I added more lines over here, and so then this went, or it became 4/12, and then this one is already 3/12, 12s. So then when I add those together, I got 7 12s.
All right, perfect. Karla, if you could please give Kellyn a round of applause, because that was correct. That was actually a really great way of solving it. All right.
Smart.
All right, Karla, now I want you to come up here and explain to me and Kellyn how you added circles number 3 and 5.
I had 3 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that 5 is 8/16 and 3 is 1/4, and like, so that means that these can go into 4 because 4, 4, 4, and 4, and then 4 times 4
You could join
is
it
16.
to show us.
So yeah, so right here there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I can fill it in,
Mhm.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11, 12.
12 out of...
Out of 16.
Yes. Yeah, 12 out of 16,
Okay.
which then we will be able to simplify easily to 3 over 4. Perfect. Exactly. All right, Kellyn, if you could give
Yes.
Karla a round of applause. Karla, you don't have to be nervous. It's okay. Like, even if you did get it wrong, it's completely fine. You're not going to be
I got
punished.
it
It's
right,
not a
though.
test yet, okay?
Right.
But yeah, as you can see what we did there, what both of you guys did, seeing that like, oh, like this bigger part of the circle could be split into 3, into 4. Again, like that's right there in itself, that's finding the common denominator, finding the common size of that, the common part of that whole, you know? And then there we see like, oh, like just as much as like the whole total number of parts are changing, so is like the number of colored in parts are changing. So like an example would be Karla's, how her number circle number 5 was 8 over 16, and then circle number 3 was 1 over 4, and then she saw like, oh, 1/4 can be expanded to 4 more parts, which will then become a total of 16 parts, which will then it'll be a lot easier to add. So you know, so that's great that we're seeing different ways of working. Here's yours, Karla. So yeah, you guys did amazing today, and like understanding what it means to find common denominators and basically just adding fractions over on, and further understanding how fractions work. And to conclude this lesson, we're actually going to finish with pizza. So if you guys first, before we get started, we're gonna clean up a little bit, okay?
We can eat it, right?
After, yes, we will be able to eat it after. So, Helen, here's your pizza. Don't start eating yet, it's okay. And Karla, here is your pizza. Also, please don't start eating it. So okay, don't open yet. So this is the scenario. Okay, this is like, imagine, because I'm a weird math nerd. So I invite you guys to my birthday party, and then I'm like, oh yeah, so you guys, and then you guys see, someone opens up the pizza. You guys can open up the pizza now, and then someone says, what the heck? All these pieces are weird. Some are big and some are small. How do they add up to one whole pizza? There's no way. And then you, being my awesome math nerd students, you guys say, what the heck? What do you mean? These all do add up all to one whole pizza. They're saying, oh yeah? How though? So what I want you guys to do is look at your slices, and I did label them to the fraction of the pizza that they make. So you'll see that one part is labeled 1/4, the other part 1/8, and on yours, Karla, one part is 1/12. So what I want you guys to do is actually, you guys can use the back of worksheet number 1. If you guys want to write anything, that's completely fine. If you don't have to. And what I want you guys to do is pretend I'm that weird person that doesn't understand math and doesn't understand why it is a whole pizza still. And I want you guys to explain to me how it makes sense that all these weird slices add up to one whole pizza. So I was gonna give you guys time to discuss and talk about it if you guys wanted, but
I really don't know. You know?
so if you want, you can explain to Karla first before you explain to me.
Like,
So
I
he's asking how even though these are different ones, like different sizes, how do they all add up to be one pizza? So it's just because yeah, like they're different sizes, but
Or
then you
because they
can
have
like,
common.
because you can just do the common denominator, and then you'll see that it'll add up to like one whole pizza. Can we have a pen and pencil?
Yes. Oh, I'll grab.
Can we add up like if it's like
So that-
20?
Yeah, so then we did it so we can like add up all of them.
But like we have
Like-
to find.
Yeah, and then through that we can find like the common denominator. So that would be like, for me, it's 24.
How? You added these up?
No, because like you can just because they all go into 24.
It's a
Oh.
really smart way of looking at it, Kellyn. So you have all of them. Their common denominator is 24. That means to get to 24 has
Oh,
to be
wait.
multiplied by something.
Oh,
So
that's
what do you have to do
12.
also to the top?
I thought that was.
Oh, I can explain it, but I know how.
Wait, I'm confused.
So basically, you just get all the pizzas and then you just find like a common denominator.
Oh, it's
And
24
it's
also.
12.
Oh. I put 12, but then.
12.
I put
And
12.
then you can, it's like 2, it's what even multiplies, it's 2, 4, 3, 1, 2. And once you add all those, it'll equal 12.
Alright. So it seems like you can understand it the most because you're able to explain it to Karla. That's okay. So I was wondering if you could actually come up here, Kellyn, and explain to us your reasoning and what you did.
So I didn't use exact math, I just had like the concept.
Mm-hmm.
So then for like the pizza,
That's a really good circle.
and then one of mine is 1/4, one is 1/3, and then one's 1/8, another one is 1/8, and then the 1/6.
So that could be the 1/6, that could be the 1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then. So even though these numbers look very different,
Mm-hmm.
they do add up to be one whole pizza because I can see it. So then I know that there must be a common denominator between all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you find that and then add together, it will equal one whole pizza. Although I did not actually find the common denominator, I just know the concept.
Alright.
And then I explained that to Karla, and she actually found the common denominator and did the math.
Alright, Karla, you want to come up here and show
Can I move some things on here?
what would you like to move? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, actually, yeah. But does that help you understand a little bit better?
Yes.
Okay.
Because then the 1/6.
Okay, just you can show us.
Over here?
No, up here, up here.
Okay, so.
That's fine. It's like a little balloon.
Okay.
And you said mine was
So
that.
there's 1. Oh,
Yeah, 1/3.
let's erase this. That's 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1/12.
Okay.
1/4. Yeah. I guess.
And then the 2/6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alright, it's fine. It doesn't have to be accurate. That's fine. But,
So,
mm-hmm.
so I thought, well, okay, if it's 2 1/6, I can do. Oh wait. I don't think I can do that. Can I do that?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, you can.
Because then I did 1/6 plus 1/6,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2/6, and then that is equal to 1/3. So then, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's correct, actually, yeah.
Oh, because then these two add to this. You know, this has to be a little bigger.
No, it's fine, yeah. So then you
So-
add it up, and then what did you get when you added up these three parts? 1/3 plus 1/3,
2/3.
2/3. All right.
And
And then what would you get if you add up these two fractions?
These two?
Yes. You want to find the common denominator?
12.
Yes. And what would you get? What two fractions would you get if you, when you add them together? So you get 1/12 plus.
Oh, I did it here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna write it up here.
112. So it's 112 plus 3 twelfths. 3 twelfths?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 3/12. Yeah, because 1/4
And then
is
4 twelfths.
okay.
And then you can simplify that.
2.
to 1/3.
Alright, so
And-
we got 1/3 up here. We got 1/3 with these two, and then we got another 1/3 right here. So when you add up, it's 3/3, which equals
To 1.
to 1. Yes. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's again me showing you guys how it's like, you know, fractions are ugly. Fractions are very
Yes.
nasty and they're mean. They make us, they scare us, you know. But it's like, but when you see fractions and then when you slowly start to understand them, you slowly start to become their friend. You start to realize, you know, it's like you can understand them. They aren't as scary as they seem. That like, you know, that once you get to know, you get to understand fractions. You get to understand how to add fractions together. You realize, you know, fractions are just weird numbers, you know. And I saw you, Karla. You went like, oh, like, what did you notice?
Because like, cause like this one, and then like this one. I know. Yeah,
That's what you said. That's what you described it.
I know, but it's just like
Fractions come in all fractions. Yeah.
I never really noticed.
Fractions come in all shapes and sizes. There will be really big numbers on the numerator and the denominator, and when you simplify it, they can simplify to 1/12. You know, so it's like, you know, this is the start. This is the start of like understanding fractions further, understanding what it means to add fractions. Soon later, we're gonna move into multiplying fractions and dividing fractions, and that's when it gets a little more trickier, a little more difficult. But you guys did really great today, and as a reward, you guys get to have that pizza. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sandoval.
Thanks.
That's all, folks.